Speaking of the doctor's office, the door opens up and Dr. Lugash Primitsky walks in. Dr. Lugash is a very kind but intimidating looking guy. He is crazy, like broad-shouldered with these huge hairy arms that kind of go like down a little bit longer than you imagine. He looks like he's got like strangling hands. He has a bunch of like tattoos of like weird dragons wrapped around his arms. He's got like Cyrillic lettering in them. You see, he's got a white shirt with a black tie, no doctor's coat. He's got these, he's got like a big square jaw with like a nose that got busted up in a bunch of boxing matches or something. Salt and pepper hair kind of in a flop, but these extremely thick-rimmed black glasses. So he looks, his eyes kind of are magnified a little bit in his head, which looks a little bit goofy. Dr. Lugash walks in. You've been working with Dr. Lugash for a while. Your supplier, Seven, recommended him to you. Dr. Lugash works with people who need medical help for cash and not on the books. You see that Dr. Lugash walks in with a little chart and goes, "Okay, Peter, how's it going?"
It's good, man.
Yeah, you feeling all right? Your test results do not indicate that this is true.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm looking here. I guess we'll start with the small stuff. Your vitamin levels are not great. What have you been eating recently?
I found out if you microwave cheese on a plate, you can peel it off, and then it's like a crispy cracker.
Oh boy, okay. That's, you should not be eating just cheese, especially microwave. You could go down to the corner store and get a microwave toaster. At least the cheese would be more crisp.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, I could probably eat like a salad or something.
So, good news as well. It looked like you're totally healed up from the top surgery, which is great. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. It's now I'm ready to fuck.
Oh boy. Okay, Pete. Yeah, you see that Lugash kind of comes over and gingerly wraps his giant arms around you and pats you in the back of the head.
Peter's inconsolable. He's just weeping into his arms right now.
Hey, buddy, it's okay. Hey, it's hard. Hey, Dr. Lugash, what happened?
Yeah, I know, it's fine.
It's clearly not fine.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be alive.
He pulls up a chair and sort of nods knowingly and says...
I'm kind of reaching into my bag for a mushroom cap.
He says, enemy gang find out where you live, now you have to move. Is that what's going on?
Oh, no, actually,
What did you just eat? What did you just eat in your mouth?
a vegetable.
You see, he snags it and he says, this hallucinogenic. Peter, you are on antipsychotic medication.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's totally safe to do this.
Peter,
I can take as much psilocybin as I want. I've got the remedy.
Peter, when is the last time you slept?
I haven't really been sleeping. Yeah, I have like, right before I'm about to fall asleep, if I think of something scary or sad, I just kind of stay up. And then all of a sudden it's like 5:40 a.m. and it's like, I might as well microwave some cheese, and start my morning.
Peter, I'm going to just run through a checklist real quick here if I can.
Thank you,
okay, you have not slept in a couple days. It's affecting your health. Sleep is most necessary part of recuperation. Don't take another mushroom. Honestly, even for a good time, one is fine.
No.
You are actively doing recreational drugs. You have not slept in days. You are on antipsychotic medication. You are also taking hormone treatment. You're taking male hormones.
Yes.
So this in the medical profession, we would say, is a lot going on, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think that is good for you. You need to, I can't believe I'm going to say this, you need to find a way to get in touch with yourself because you are trying to medicate for a situation which medicine maybe cannot treat.
I kind of get what you're saying, yeah.
Maybe a therapist. That's a third one. You see, Lugash slams a meaty hand into your back. and one of them sort of pops out. He looks at you and goes, look, I'm going to go and try to get a stomach pump because you're going to straight up go insane if you process those mushrooms. I'm going to be right back.
All right, thank you.
Lugash leaves the room.
Shit.
The door opens and you see Lugash comes back in.
Hey, where'd you go?
Okay, this is not great, right? Peter, listen. Mostly what I do here is I pull bullets out of gangsters that have been shot.
Yeah.
That's like my number one thing.
In a way, I was kind of shot. I think they shot my tits off.
I will admit it was my first time doing top surgery.
You did a great job. I don't think you left that much stuff in there that you shouldn't have. It's a little bit bumpy on this side, but I think it's kind of cool.
Well, I'm very excited to do it. You might imagine it's not a lot in my line of work. There's not a chance to prove I am a LGBT ally, so it's nice to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I am worried about you. You need to get rest.
Okay, man.
You need to heal. Be careful out there today. Oh, remember, by the way, I would say go get rest, because also it's going to be a crazy day for you, right? Because SantaCon is happening today, right?
Fuck. Yeah, you're right, and they're gonna want a lot of cocaine.
Are people still doing a lot of cocaine?
Just the Santas. They're stuck in the 90s.
Ugh. Oh, these are mostly people from Hoboken. And yes,
Exactly.
It's like 10 years in the past over on that side of the river. Right? What are you going to do? All right, well, listen, one of my clients has just gotten into a violent car accident, so I need to go make a house call.
Cool.
Be safe, Peter.
Yeah,
all right?
thank you so much, doctor. I'll see you.
He nods.
What a great doctor.
You take 2 weeks to like get moved in, get your stuff. You meet Lugash out on the street one morning. He goes, "Oh, Peter, it is so good to see you, my friend." And your sponsor, Dr. Lugash, walks you to your a great meeting. And it's pretty easy. You grab the you grab either like something on the yellow line that takes you down, and then you grab the G train going into Greenpoint to your old Greenpoint meeting spot. Dr. Lugash is there, and you spend 2 weeks really focusing on yourself. Sophia and Pete, you arrive at the first place we ever saw Pete in this campaign, a doctor's office near the East River in Greenpoint by an old warehouse. You walk in, Lugash looks at you and says, "Oh, Peter, so good to see you, my friend. How are you feeling? You doing okay?"
No, that's kind of why I wanted to come by and talk to you. Or do you have a minute, or you?
Sure, I have a moment. You see, he looks at Sophia. Hello, I am Dr. Primitsky. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, I've heard wonderful things. I'll give you both a moment. I can talk to you later.
Oh, very well. Please.
Do you have a waiting room? Or...
Yes, there is a waiting room outside. One of the couch have a hole in it from a knife fight that broke out in the waiting room. So just get it a little wet sometimes. I would sit on the chair probably.
Okay,
It'll be
I go
really
sit on the
quick.
wet couch.
So I shoot you a look that's like, I am so sorry. This will be fast.
No, of course.
Yeah, so I ended up just kind of in a situation again where, it's just so easy. Old habits die hard, I would say. And, especially when it comes to money and stuff like that, there's just seemingly a pull on me for life when it comes to drugs. But so I got a bunch to sell, and then I flushed it all down the toilet, and now I'm in the hole $2,500.
Lugash looks and says, "Okay, well, this is a suboptimal situation. What I would say to you, Peter, is number one, for your health, is we often go back to our habits when we are entering moments of stress. Breaking routine. these things we rely on for familiarity, and especially in moments of stress, we fall back on old habits because these habits, even when they are unhealthy, the part of our brain that is answering to short-term stress, panic, it knows that even if it is bad, it will work for the moment. And when things work for the moment and you are panicked and stressed, you cannot think about what will work actual long-term for your health. To the best of your ability, I would say to remove these stress factors from your life. But I understand that that is not always a thing one can accomplish.
Yeah.
What I would ask is, please, tomorrow or the next day, come to a meeting with me. I think it will be a good idea.
I think so too. Yeah.
For the money situation, I cannot answer this for you. I do not know how.
Actually, my friends are pitching in to help out, which honestly kind of feels worse. Just kind of when you're already in a shame spiral and then people are good to you, it almost stings a little bit worse. But I took some deep breaths and was ultimately thankful for my friends and, oh yeah, great. One day at a time.
One day at a time is right, Peter. Your friends are taking care of you because they love you and also because they know you will take care of them too. It is never a burden to switch back and forth who is carrying who.
Mm-hmm. The word burden.
Yeah, you see, he looks and just says you cannot let it sting you that your friends want to help you.
Yeah.
There is a big part of your heart that always is telling the story to yourself that you are the only one who's ever going to be on your side. I see it. You are very quick to be independent. You're very quick to say, I can solve this. I don't check in with anybody. I'm going to go out and take care of this myself. And Peter, the heartbreak is for a long time you had to be that. You are not wrong to have those instincts.
Yeah, that's incredibly true.
It's just not true anymore. And it will take time to retrain those habits, and you must be kind to yourself while you retrain them. It is a blessing for your friends to have you in their life because you are someone worth taking care of. Everyone is worth taking care of. You are going to be okay, and you should know that what to you feels like it stings because your friends, they want to help you. Think of this, Peter. How do you feel when you get to do something heroic for your friends that help them? Does it feel bad?
No, it feels good.
Let your friends feel good too. Selfish not to let your friends help you.
Yeah, true. I follow a therapist on Instagram.
I'm going to tell you right now, don't do that.
We posted something really profound. It was just,
We already know that I feel like Instagram has become what used to be Adderall for you. I've said this already.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, okay, good. I'm glad we make sure. Let me go see the young woman in the waiting room. He gives you a big hug, kiss on the head. You're going to be all right, Peter. You're a good boy.
Thank you.
And I says, yes, Ms. Lee, please to come.
Oh, hi. Yes, yeah, this couch was very wet.
I said the chick. Okay, you see,
You honestly undersold that it's stopping.
She says, so Ms. Lee, pleasure to come. I am Dr. Prakash. My name is Lugash Primitsky. What can I do for you?
I think I'm with a child.
Oh, okay. Well, this
Sorry, I don't know. Sometimes when you talk to a doctor, you say things that you wouldn't say to your friend.
No, I understand.
kind of panicked.
So someone in your situation wants to see a doctor.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make any presumption, but
I think it's I have a gynecologist. I love her, but I think that she's not part of the unsleeping city, and I think this baby isn't part of the waking world entirely.
okay, so you check it out. I also don't want to broach this subject. You have said you are with child and you refer to a baby even though you are not showing. So just because I am a doctor, to make clear what you want me to do, it's your intention to take this pregnancy to term and deliver a child, correct?
Yeah.
Congratulations from me to you. Beautiful.
Thank you. I think it's a really complicated situation, and I'll get to the place of congratulations. But right now, I feel like a lot of other thoughts going on, and I'm just trying to take a bird's eye view.
Very well. That is all right. How many weeks late are you right now?
About 2 weeks.
Okay. So he says, so right now this will not be a fully formed fetus. In all likelihood, this will be an embryo. Yes. So they're limited to what we will be able to do.
Yeah, I guess honestly, I should have just Googled at what point you're supposed to go to the doctor.
It's perfectly, for what I can do, it's very easy. Again, I also want to say thank you for coming to me. Mostly I pull bullets out of gangsters. But I want to, it is nice to have an opportunity to prove I am, a good friend to the heroes of New York. Pete does me a great favor by allowing me to perform top surgery, or as he say, I shut his tits off.
You just hear it from another room.
Between you and me, Pete did me a really great favor today, and I owe him big time.
He's a good man, Peter.
Yeah.
And by the way, I did not shoot his tits off. Surgery was
really.
I fired a gun one time because in the middle of surgery there was a B&E and a guy broke into my doctor's office. But
it was full sterile.
I always pictured it so differently. The way that Pete described it.
Peter, he have a way with words. He like to exaggerate. I did not shoot his tits. I shoot men who come from a rival crime family, vendetta, plug him real quick. He's looking for information. And honestly, you know what I do right after we administer anesthetic and it needs a minute? I go pull the bullet out of the gangster that I shoot and I say, don't come into my place again. And I send him on his way.
Wow, this sounds like this was a really busy day for you.
Honestly, pretty normal day for my clinic. For my practice, pretty normal. But we're going to take a look at the embryo. Your concern, again, is that there may be something the supernatural occurring in this pregnancy.
Yes, I just feel as though I must be proactive because I do not know what's going on. I mean, for all I know, it's 3 years old in there. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you were to have effectively a toddler inside your body and to be the shape you are right now, very unlikely. So just...
I know.
No, of course.
I also don't know if there's any precedent for this or if it's dangerous to anyone involved anyways.
Well, I'm going to go up into storage to get the stirrups. And you can imagine I'm not performing gynecological exam super regularly, but I do have the equipment. You are ready for everything in my line of work. And we're going to do the checkup. He gets a big box of stuff. And the main thing he gets is like ultrasound, stuff like that. And you see that he has some sort of magical stuff here. As he does, you see those dragons tattooed on his arm, on both arms, kind of move a little bit as he's scanning stuff, so sort of swim around on his skin.
What's with the tattoos?
These?
I like them. Yeah, but they move. I don't see that every day.
Oh, before I was a doctor, I was just full gangster, extremely dangerous magic gangster. I got these when I was living in Moscow, and I don't live there anymore, but I still have a magic tattoo.
Oh, I wouldn't mind a magic tattoo.
Sounds cool to me, right? So he looks, he's gonna make a medicine check. That is a 24. You see, scans and he says, takes the stethoscope off. Well, Miss Lee, I am very happy to tell you that it looks like you have a perfectly normal pregnancy, which is advancing. The embryo, from what we can tell, is partially suffused with celestial divine radiant energy. I'm going to try to say this. As a doctor, I always try to advise caution in these moments. The embryo inside you is composed of such a powerful divine substance, even though it is going through mitosis in the perfectly normal way. The cells are splitting, it's growing. But how do I say this? The embryo inside you is completely invincible.
Okay, I was gonna kind of bring that up because once I had the inclination, I was in a fight, and there was a moment where it crossed my mind, do I keep fighting or do I, take a disengage, as we call it, and I went for the disengage because of that.
Ah, yes, I understand. You are a very danger-prone woman. Yes,
Yeah.
I understand.
I'm rewarded cosmically by getting into dangerous situations.
100%. To be very clear, if there were to be a nuclear bomb to go off in New York City, all that would be left would be the cockroaches and your baby. This, I did a number of sort of sonogram tests. We look for this certain amount of radiation. This baby is 100% invincible.
Okay.
Honestly, kind of crazy. If anything, the baby is honestly, and I get baby is an embryo, but the embryo honestly is making you safer by being in there. So,
Okay.
but so that's what's going on at the moment. Probably as a doctor, I recommend you stay out of danger just for you and your own safety.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Doctor. This has been very informative. Is there anything I should be eating or drinking to support its brain development?
Oh, absolutely. I gave you a list of prenatal vitamins.
Okay.
If you see, Lugash goes and starts getting medical stuff together.
And then at what point would I be certain this was going to happen to the point where I might tell someone or other people, knowing that it was,
Definitely. Yes. Well, for normal embryo, it's a period of a couple months after you're aware, to be safe. Around the time. Some people wait until around the time that they are showing to tell people. Again, this embryo is so potently magical. And again, I don't use the word invincible lightly. Truly, I think if me and the embryo got into a fight, embryo wins, is where I'm sort of at right now. The way I feel is I think it is probably safe to, when you feel most ready, to you can say to who you like. But I would maybe give yourself some time to think about what all this means. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I guess one last thing, I take my feet off the stirrups, but I'm still in like the little, still in the little plastic thing they make you wear. Can I have a hug?
Oh, Miss Lee, of course. You see,
It feels like other people do this with someone else, so I just wanted you to be that person.
He smiles. He does the math of a partially celestial pregnancy and gives you a big, deep hug. He says, I'm going to give you my card. Call me anytime. We're going to take care of this pregnancy. Beautiful things in your future, okay?
Thank
Beautiful things.
I do have a fortune teller, but thank you.
He says, Madam Anastasia?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's
very
great.
expensive, very worth it.
Very expensive, very, very worth it. Moves a tremendous amount of money for a lot of the people that I work with. So she's...
Whoa, okay.
She's great. She's great.
Wow.
Yes, 100%. Lugash smiles. You and Pete take off.